Before you get started on your animal flow routines and sequences, it's important to prepare the hands using the wrist mobilisations. So before we get started, if you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. And so in the animal flow library, we use the wrist mobilisations as a way of bringing a connection into the hands and warming the wrists up. So what we can do to get started, we place the hands together, folding the fingers over, bringing the elbows in, and then we're going to slowly start rolling the hands on top of each other. So roll one hand over and the opposite. So it's nice and slow for a start. This is a great way to bring connection into the wrists, and then we slowly start to build up the intensity. So we'll do this for a few minutes. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Okay, and then from there, you can go for a little bit longer if you want. It depends on how much time you've got. But from there, we'll then bring the hands out flat, okay? And then pushing the hands together, keep them nice and flat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the wrist waves. So it's leading with one elbow, and then from there, imagine there's a wave just running through your arms and dissipating out on the opposite elbow. So again, leading with one elbow, the wave just rolls out, and then you can just keep doing that and going a little bit bigger on the wave. Okay, so we do that for a few times, and then what we could do is lead in with the opposite elbow. So just lead in with that elbow, let the wave dissipate out of the hands through to the opposite elbow. So again, we'll just do this for a minute or two. And then from there, we keep in the same position, but we're going to press the thumbs together at the back. So getting the hands nice and flat again, and then roughly chest height. What we're going to do is slowly push the arms away from the chest, and we're looking at decompressing this wrist area here. So again, starting pushing away from the chest, keeping the hands nice and flat, and then just slowly start bringing it back in a little bit, and then pushing out. So the breathing's nice and relaxed, nice and slow, and just slowly building up. So again, just stretching out, coming back, and then just trying to squeeze a little bit further out each time. And then from there, we'll go into the wrist relief position. So anytime when you're doing the animal flow and your wrists starting to feel a little bit grumbly, what we can do is pop the backs or the palms facing away from each other, so the backs of the hands or the tops of the hands go together, and then just slowly lowering the elbow or elbows, and then that's just going to take the relief from the wrist, because that's the opposite direction. So at any time when you're doing it, this is just going to help. Okay, and then from there, we could go into the wrist rocks. So if you can't get your hands directly behind you, it's okay. It's just, if you're having a little bit out, that's fine. And so what we'll be doing is, from there, shoulders are over the wrists. Okay, nice slow breathing, taking an inhale while the shoulders are over the wrists, and then just slowly exhale and start to sit back. So nice and slow, just bringing a stretch into the arms and the wrists. So keeping all the arms nice and straight, slowly shifting forward, take a breath in, it's nice and slow still, exhaling and slowly sitting back. And again, shifting forward, exhaling, sitting back. See if we can get a little bit further each time. So shifting forward and sitting back. And then from there, we can start going into some circles. So this is going to start to bring some loading in different directions. So again, we're just doing a nice big circle, nice and slow, keeping the arms straight, and then just loading in different directions. So nice big circles. So again, we're starting to place more load on the wrist now. And from there, just go in the opposite direction. So nice and controlled, nice and slow. So exploring the space as you're going around, seeing how your wrists feel. If there's any pain anywhere in any of the directions, it's important not to push through, but just navigate around it. Okay. And then from there, you could also do the magnetic wrists, but this could be done at the end of the routine. So what that would look like is we've got to imagine that there's a magnet holding our hands together, and we're not allowed the wrists to pull apart. So from there, we can tuck the thumbs in, and we're just going to roll the hands underneath, and then we'll go into the wrist relief position, and then from there just carry on through, just rolling the hands, the wrists never leave, thumbs are tucked in, into the wrist relief position, and then just keep going. So hands come nice and straight. So again, it's just a way of getting more movement into the wrists. And then from there, we could go in the opposite direction. From there. Okay. All right. So hope you enjoyed that video, and see you again. Thanks.